Sebastian Vettel's recent fallout with Ferrari has caused major concern for both racing teams and fans. The four-time world champion now sits in a very awkward position. For the past 5 years, Vettel has raced with legendary F1 team, Scuderia Ferrari. Even though this 2020 season has yet to begin officially, Ferrari have recently decided to not renew Sebastian Vettel's contract for 2021. In just a matter of time, the great driver went from fighting for first place with one of the most iconic racing teams of Formula 1 to not even being able to line up on the grid at all. Because of this sudden adjustment, fans are left in the dark, not able to predict what will happen to a very influential driver. Although it is very hard to determine what exactly caused this decision, Vettel has spoken briefly about the situation. In order to get the best possible results in this sport, it's vital for all parties to work in perfect harmony. The team and I have realized that there is no longer a common desire to stay together beyond the end of this season, said Vettel. Along with this, Vettel promises to the media that this decision had nothing to do with money nor politics with Ferrari. The team principal of Ferrari, Mattia Binotto, also spoke about the reasons behind Vettel's departure from the team. This is a decision taken jointly by ourselves and Sebastian, one with which both parties feel is for the best. It was not an easy decision to reach, given Sebastian's worth as a driver and as a person. There was no specific reason that led to this decision, apart from the common and amicable belief that the time had come to go our separate ways in order to reach our respective objectives. It still remains unclear as to what respective objectives Mattia was referring to, but perhaps it was Ferrari's hunger for more world titles, or maybe even a push for introducing younger drivers into their team. The recent recruitment of McLaren driver Carlos Sainz supports the theory of introducing new blood into Ferrari's lineup. Sainz has proved himself on the track and has a very promising career in Formula 1. He made his first appearance in 2015, racing with Red Bull's secondary team, Toro Rosso, before joining Renault in 2017. He then transferred to McLaren this past year. So far, he has raced in 102 Grand Prix. However, his fame and recognition came this past season while racing for McLaren. The 25-year-old has the skills, combined with the potential Ferrari may be looking for, to hopefully regain their success in Formula 1. Although the signing of Carlos Sainz is still a risky move, especially for Ferrari, given that they will have to instill their trust between two of the youngest drivers on the track. Still, Ferrari have already placed their bets and can only wait for what the future unfolds for the team. Mattia also explains to the press that the decision was not easy and required much thought and consideration. He explains, "We're pleased with our choice. The world has changed during this time and we have to look at the future of F1 in a different light. There's a new challenge that we must all embrace, and we believe we've singled out the right person to complete our team." Mattia also admitted that the signing of Sainz was a gamble, given that they now have their youngest lineup since 1968. Nevertheless, Mattia has much faith in the Spanish racing driver. He is a real team player and works very hard, so having him alongside Charles will be useful. He's done well over the last 5 seasons and has almost always reached the finish line, earning his team so many points in the process. As for Vettel, things do not get any better with the replacement of Sainz by former Renault driver Daniel Ricciardo. At first, many predicted that Vettel would replace Sainz at McLaren. However, that thought was quickly dismissed with the announcement of Ricciardo's transfer. That now leaves Renault with an open spot. although it is highly unlikely that Vettel will race with Renault in 2021. There have been rumors circulating that Vettel may perhaps race alongside Lewis Hamilton with Mercedes instead. However, having two very strong and competitive drivers racing alongside each other also seems highly unlikely. Even then, if Mercedes were to look into signing Vettel, he would be forced to take a considerable pay cut, given that Mercedes already has to pay for Lewis Hamilton, who isn't your ordinary F1 driver. Although the chances are slim, Renault still haven't finalized who will replace Daniel Ricciardo as their lead driver. It is very unfortunate that Sebastian Vettel is put into this situation, as it is always disappointing for fans to see a worthy driver no longer able to compete. The only thing Vettel can do at this stage is to be patient and hopeful for what's to come in the near future. Like always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing for the latest in motorsport, cars, and more.